Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. So, I was watching Mad Scientist Barbecue. He had two videos on the most incredible thing I've ever seen. It's called bacon ribs. So here I am at my favorite butcher shop, Traub's in Surprise, Arizona, to get this cut. So, Chad, what is bacon ribs exactly?
So what you're looking for today, what you're getting is usually it's, if you call our pork ribs, what this is the belly attached to it. So you're getting both the pork rib plus the belly. So it's a delicious way to do it.
All right, man, taking ribs and then adding the belly, how can this possibly go wrong? And here it is. That is absolutely gorgeous.
And as you can see, you have your rib plate, and down here is all your belly. So that's what your ribs and your bacon.
Oh, those are going to be massive.
Just a beautiful piece of meat.
Do you have many people come in here and order this cut?
Not this way.
All right.
This way. So this is pretty exciting.
Oh, it's exciting for me. I appreciate you doing a specialty cut for us.
Yeah, not a problem. Anytime.
All right. Here we go. Today is the day, and oh, I am excited. So, looking at all the different ways to cook these, I want to do them two different ways, and we'll do them one way this episode, even though I have two different pork bellies here, because what we're making today is pork belly ribs. I'm going to basically cook these a lot like we cook our normal ribs. The other way to do it is bacon ribs. Now, that involves brining them for 7 to 9 days and then cooking them like we're going to do today. So we'll do that in a future episode because I just can't wait. I got to try them. So, just like any type of pork ribs, you're going to have a membrane on the back here. We want to pull that off. The best way to do that is to get up under that membrane, grab it with a paper towel and yank it off. Sometimes it comes off in one piece, sometimes it's a big pain in the ass. We'll see. Okay, got about 70%. That means it's going to be a good day. A 2-tear membrane removal, I'll take that any day. Next thing I want to do is to cut these into individual ribs. I did a lot of research on this. I've seen folks do the whole thing at one time. And then I've also seen them do them individually. As much meat as there is on these, I think it's going to add so much flavor, and that's the feedback you get from those videos. If you cut them individually, that way you can get a lot more rub on the whole product. This thing here weighs just about 10 pounds. So there is a lot of meat there. So it can take a lot of seasoning. So let's get those cut up. Real simple, just feel in between the bones and cut there. Oh yeah, that there, my friends, is one pork belly rib. So we'll get the rest of them cut up and then we'll move on to the rub step. We'll see you then. All right, got them all cut up. Oh my God, they're looking incredible already. So now for the rub. Once again, cut them individually to get more rub per bite on these incredible things. Now here at the Galley of the Sun, probably our second favorite vegetable after garlic is chipotles. So I'm going with a big chipotle flavor profile on these. The sauce is going to have chipotle and definitely the rub. So we use this almost every time that we make ribs. Cosmo Q's Honey Chipotle Killer Bee. Stuff's absolutely amazing. It's sweet. It's got the smokiness of the chipotles. So I'm going to hit these with this first on one side. I'm not going to use a binder today. I'm going to hit them with the rub, let them set for about 10 minutes as I'm getting my smoker up to temp, and then That will allow the meat to release some of its juices, draw some of the water out. That is the binder that's going to work for us. Don't need a binder with this. I'm going to go about medium with this as far as the amount of seasoning, because I'm going to hit it with a second one here in a second. We'll get 3 of the 4 sides now, hit it with the second rub the same way, and then let that tack up before we flip them over and get the last side. Now y'all out there with OCD may be yelling, yeah, but there's 6 sides. Well, the rub that's left over, I'll just dab them in that so we don't waste anything, right? That's how I'm going to get the ends. Now when we do these as bacon ribs in the future, we can't use this method because they're going to be sitting in brine for 7 days or so. So we're going to want a rub that we make sure doesn't have much salt in it. Today, that's not a problem. Now I'm going to go in behind it and use the second rub. I have just a little bit of this Our Butts Are Smoking Cherry Habanero rub. I'm going to use that till it runs out, and then I'm going to switch to a different rub. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay, I'm also using some Cattleman's Grill Smoky Chipotle. So here is the master cooking plan for today. As these ribs tack up, the rub on the first side, I'm going to go preheat my Yoder YS 640S pellet grill to 250 degrees. So we're going to put these on, let them go for about 3 hours. Now about 2 hours into it, that's when the fat's really going to start rendering. So I'm going to put underneath them a pan of smoky, meaty, boozy baked beans and allow those drippings, instead of just making my smoker a mess, make those baked beans even better.
Inconceivable!
So then the baked beans will be pretty close to done about the time we're ready to check these and then get these wrapped. We'll talk about that when it happens. But in the meantime, we'll see out the smoker when it's time to put these on. We're out here at the smoker. I already got the first tray of ribs on like an idiot. I forgot to press record, but
Incompetent!
what I said before was absolutely flawless, so I probably won't say it as well this time. I'm going to be very mindful of the difference in thickness in these ribs and make sure that I get the thicker ones on the side of the grill that sees more heat. Pretty loaded up. So we're going to let these go for about 2 hours, then I'm going to come check them. We'll get them rearranged to where we get the drippings from those incredible pork belly ribs dripping into our smoked, meaty, boozy baked beans. All right, we're 2 hours into the cook. I know they're not going to be out of temperature, but just for shits and grins, I'm going to check the temperature now. Oh, they are looking sexy. And they're pushing about 150, 160 right now. I'm going to let them go for another hour before we do the next step. However, right now, I want to get my smoked, meaty, boozy beans on. Okay, we're going to let these go for another hour, then we'll move on to the next step. We'll see you then. Okay, so we got these back inside, and I'll tell you what, there's no recipe to this, well, at least yet. I'll write it down for you, but I'm just going with my heart. So, on the bottom, 2 sticks of butter, about a 1/4 cup of Jack Daniel's Tennessee honey. So, on top of those is going to go another 2 sticks of butter. Just lay this out over the ribs. And we'll sprinkle on some brown sugar. Then we will channel our inner Snoop Dogg and de-rizzle some honey on it.
For shizzle dizzle.
And I would guess that I de-rizzled about a 1/2 cup for shizzle. Now we're going to get this wrapped in aluminum foil, chucked back out on the smoker, let this go for an hour and a half, then we'll bring them in and get them sauced. So we'll see you again when we're ready to do that. The ribs have been braising for an hour and a half. Now we're going to get them sauced. Not like the director gets sauced. That's totally different. Totally different. You'll have to ask her sometime. All right. Oh my God, smelling amazing. So when I was at Traub's Butcher Shop picking these up, I grabbed some barbecue sauce they had there that looked absolutely amazing. This is Loot and Booty Barbecue Cherry Chipotle barbecue sauce. And I tried it before I started filming this segment here, just recently. Absolutely incredible. It's going to go perfect with these ribs. So I'm going to dump an entire bottle of it in here. Then with my nitrile gloves with cotton liners, because this is freaking hot, I'm going to get all this mixed up. So get this mixed into the brown sugar, the butter, the bourbon, and this barbecue sauce. Oh, these ribs are absolutely super tender. Not quite falling apart, but very close. All right, gonna put the foil back on, get them back out on the smoker, let them go for another hour, let them rest for about 30 minutes, then it'll be time for judgment. We'll see you then. All right, the rest is done. Now it's time for judgment from Bradley.
Alrighty.
All right, have you ever had a pork belly rib before?
Not like this.
All right.
Let's see.
You do however you want to.
Yep, let's get messy with it.
Sun is a no judgment zone. Well, wait a second. We get judged every... Oh, okay. Well, how'd we do?
That's really good. That's really good.
Can you taste the cherry chipotle barbecue sauce with all that whiskey and butter and brown sugar and everything?
Hold on a second.
I think that was just a ploy to get another bite.
Yeah, it was. I can kind of taste the cherry. Mm-hmm. I taste the whiskey a little more.
Uh-huh.
But it's really good.
But we did it right, huh?
Oh yeah, it's got that good sweet with the very savory taste with it.
Fat's all rendered like it should be. And
Yeah.
all right. Hey, there you go. Pork belly ribs. Soon we'll be taking the same thing, but we'll be brining them for 7 to 9 days, just like you would make bacon, and then cook them as ribs. So stay tuned for that one. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. And until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.
Like and subscribe.